Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I will try to solve problem number 2 of the problem set number 1. And the problem number 2 states that a crank rocker linkage has a 100 millimeter frame, 25 millimeter crank, 90 millimeter coupler, and 75 millimeter rocker. And the question is to draw the linkage and find the maximum and minimum value of transmission angle. And B, locate both toggle postures and record the corresponding crank angles and transmission angles. So let's try to draw our crank rocker here. This is the frame. Which has 100 millimeter, and the crank, which has 25 millimeter, and then the rocker, which has 75 millimeter, and the last one is the coupler, which has 90 millimeter. Okay, so we draw our crank. So for question problem set problem 2, question A, the transmission angle is that one gamma. Okay, so for maximum transmission angle, gamma, we draw it is when the crank is aligned with the frame. This is the frame, this is the frame, 100 millimeters, and the crank is aligned. Crank 25 millimeter. As you know, the crank is rotating, so I'll put it here like this. Okay, and then the coupler, which has 80s, and the rocker, which has 75 millimeter, and this is 90 millimeter. The drawing is not exact, but it is just a sketch. So this is gamma max. Okay. So let's recall some trigonometry algebra, and we remember the law of cosine. What is the law of cosines? So if we have a triangle with 3 edges, okay, having lengths of A, B, and C, and the angles alpha, beta, gamma, what the cosine law says, we can calculate alpha as the cosinus power minus 1, or arcos, b square plus c square minus a square divided by 2bc, and beta is equal to cos minus 1 c square plus a square minus b square over 2ca, and the last gamma is arcos a square plus b square minus c square all over 2ab. Okay, So for our case, gamma max is equal to cos minus 1 19 square plus 75 square minus 100 plus 25 all square divided by 2 times 19 times 75, and we find the value, which is 98 minus 1 degrees. Okay, and for minimum transmission angle, gamma, it is when the crank is aligned with the frame 100 millimeters, but the crank on this time lie over the frame like here. Okay, so the crank is revolving like this. Okay, so this time the rocker 75 and the coupler 19 millimeters. Okay, here 25. So gamma minus, we use the cosine law, which is r cos 19 square plus 75 square minus 100 minus 25 square and 2 times 1975, and we find the value of 53.1 degrees. So the difference is here, the sign here of plus, and we have a sign minus. Okay, so let's answer question B. Question B is describe each locate both toggle posture. What are toggle posture? Toggle posture we have two. Either in both case we have two posture, toggle posture. In both case this is the frame. The crank is aligned with the coupler. Okay. This is the rocker. This is the coupler. This is the crank. And it revolves like this. Okay. The two toggle is either the crank lie like this, or in this case lie over the coupler. So I will draw it again. The second posture, we have the frame here, which is 100 millimeter, and the coupler, the crank, sorry, is aligned but lie over the coupler. Okay, so if we say 75, it is mostly like this. So let's use broker revolve like this, okay, so this is the coupler 19. It is all this length which is 19, and here 75, and this 25. So the posterior here for the first one, the posterior angle is theta 1 and gamma 1, and the second one is theta 2, this all theta 2 and gamma 2. Same, we're using for the toggle posture number 1, toggle posture number 1, theta 1, we're using the cosine law, r cos minus 1 of 1925 square plus 100 square minus 75 square all over 2 times 19 plus 25 times 100, okay, and gamma 1 is r cos 19 plus 25 square plus 75 square minus 100 square all over 2 times 19 plus 25 times all times 25, and here we find the value of 14.1, and gamma we find it like 59.1 degrees. Okay, here same thing for toggle posture 2, theta 2 equal r, we're using cosine law, same is 19 minus 25 square plus 100 square minus 75 square all over 2 times 19 minus 25 times 100, and gamma 2 equal to r cos minus 1 19 125 square plus 75 square minus 100 square all over 2 times 19 125 times 25, and we find here theta 2 228.6 degrees, and gamma 2 is equal to 19.9 degrees. Okay, by this we finished the solution of problem number 2. Thank you for watching me.